These older cars come apart so much easier than modern cars. To be honest, it was shagged anyway. Look at this, pure 70s porn. It's hard work. Changes. Ooh. Ew. Boomtown Rats, Ramones. Can I have a quick hand? You'll see little bits of corrosion just around rubber bungs. I'm an Impreza stripping virgin. You sometimes feel like the roof's caving in on you. Oh yeah. Fill your boots, I'm going back to the workshop. Welcome back to Torque GT's P1 Resto series. This episode is going to be jam-packed. The reason? We have to strip this to a bare shell. That means interior out, doors, boot, bonnet, hood, trunk, all of those out, suspension off, subframes off, and then we can get it on the rollover spit. And we can really see how much work is going to be involved. Not only that, is it makes it really comfortable, because when you're looking up at a car or even working with your hands over your head, it's not good. We get it on the rollover spit, we can stand up, we can even sit down, we can get this car stripped. In fact, there's a question for you at home. When we actually come to restoring the underside of this car, should we go OE standard or should we go OE plus and paint it body colour and have the underside looking as good as the top side? Let us know in the comment section. Really look forward to hear what you think. One thing I've realised from working on Japanese cars is it's literally about 3 different socket sizes. 12, 14, 10. If we're taking the interior out, should we take the doors off first? Can do. Because that way we're not struggling getting dashboard, or we're not fighting our way around them.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Go for the interior.
Do you want to take it off the ramp and roll it back a bit so we can open the doors fully?
Yeah, probably.
We don't need it on the ramp really for the interior. In fact, we'd have more space behind. Some cars have a connector on the door whereby you can literally just disconnect the wiring harness. Not the case with this. We're going to have to take some of the interior trim out and locate the connector so that we can then undo the door. That way, all the wires for the central locking, the mirrors and the electric window are all intact. We're taking the doors off so that when we're taking the seats out, we're not damaging any door cards, we've got more access, we're not fighting our way around them. Just makes life easier. They've got to come off anyway, so why not now? When is a door not a door? When it's a jar! Wahey! Thank you, I'm here all week. I had a mate whose brother bought a brand new Peugeot 306, a Meridian. And about 3 weeks after he bought it, he was driving along and the driver's door fell off. Other way around. To me, to you, to me, to you. Wherever you can, put clips back in trim. That way, when you come to put the trim back in, you know where the clips are. I find that Japanese cars have a distinct smell. These older cars come apart so much easier than modern cars. Couple of screws, couple of trim clips, off it pops. What have we got? The jam? Ideal. It's not bad music actually. Boomtown Rats, Ramones, Blondie, the Ruts, the Buzzcocks, the Stranglers, Eddie and the Hot Rods, the Jam, the Clash, Elvis Costello. He was a proper punk, wasn't he?
Oh yeah.
Previous owner, definitely a punk. This is going really well simply because we've got the Oracle. He knows where things come apart on these cars. Whereas for me, I'm an Impreza stripping virgin, to coin a phrase.
Not always a bad thing.
Not a stripping virgin, an Impreza stripping virgin. Do you get snow blindness with Japanese cars? You know, where you're staring at them all day long and lucky penny. There you go, Spence. I'm going to pass that along to you.
Oh,
Do you want 5p now?
get on. We're getting rich.
Car's paying for itself. No, what I like to see is the carpets come out. There's no sign of any wetness, any dampness, any moisture, any rust. There's nothing creeping through on any of the seams. It makes me happy, fills me with joy. There's a question for you, Spence.
What's that?
You work on them all the time, you drift them all. Impreza or Evo?
Well, I think I'd probably say Impreza.
Yeah, that seems to be the consensus at the minute.
I would say.
I'm going to throw that over to you lot now. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're a fan of Japanese cars, maybe just the Impreza. However, I'll narrow it down then. P1 or Evo 6? There you go. Well, there's so many variants that everyone could go, oh, well, the 22B, the P1, the RAR, the Bug-Eye, the Hawkeye, and then there's all your Evos, your Mackinnons. You know, there's all these different things. Was that a 90-degree turn on the...
Yeah.
The pile is growing. The car's getting lighter. Spencer's getting lighter due to the amount that he's sweating in there. Check out my eBay listings tonight, where you'll be able to buy a full P1 interior, bonnet, doors, maybe a boot lid if we get it off in time. It's hard work. It's not, it's really not. I'm not getting burnt for a start. Is there a boot release on these? Yeah, it's over there, isn't it? Nice Pro Drive mat set over the original mat. Little bit of surface rust in the boot, just where moisture may have gathered at the lowest point. Most of that seems fairly solid. Again, as we've said with the other bits, clean it off, grind it down. If there's any holes, repair it. If not, treat it, paint it. There's more. You just see little bits of corrosion just around rubber bungs. Just around the inside here, where you get seams overlapping and moisture has gathered underneath the seal. It's bubbling away. And can I have a quick hand? We'll just get this boot lid off. So far, no trim clips have been broken. No. I haven't come across anything that's been tampered with. Ooh. Ew. Ew. That's a proper hole in there. As you can see, we're motoring through this. It's very nearly there. A few more bits on the inside, dashboard out. Now, piece of history here, kids. This
Have we got any more gems?
is a CD changer. Now, a CD was a compact disc. It was a shiny silver disc, and it contained music. And now this one, you could fit 10 of these CDs in there. So you could possibly have over 100 tracks in your car. Imagine having that much music. And all you had to do if you wanted to change it was stop the car, open the boot, remove the cassette, remove each individual disc, and then put whatever you wanted in, and then you had music at your fingertips. What could be more simpler than... Yeah, I've got a phone with Spotify. Yeah, this is what we used to have to put up with. If you look back, people used to carry entire CD libraries in their car. You'd go to a cruise and there you would be, flicking through. What shall I be putting on next? And we say, let's go back to simpler times. No. Now for originality, should we keep the CD changer or should we update the sound system in the Impreza? Comment below. You sometimes feel like the roof's caving in on you.
Oh yeah. Literally.
Changes! With apologies to David Bowie. Who are we getting in to do the glass? Do you have a guy? To be honest, it was shagged anyway. One thing I really like about the Impreza saloons is that they have a wiper on the rear screen. It's a little thing. And not many manufacturers did it. Some are starting to catch on now, but when this came out, it was almost unique. I'm not going to say it was unique because somebody will pull me up on it and go, oh, but what about the R32 Skyline had one as well, and that was before the Impreza. So, but in the UK, it was fairly unique. Trying to get the rear speaker cables out, and it's fairly simple. It's just these little trim clips, which we do want to preserve. Yay! Can be a bit of a pain. It's amazing how little you swear when you know you're being filmed. I can do it. I can get through a day without swearing. Thank you. Am I getting it on my backside? Am I going to transfer it to the seats in my car?
Well, that is the question.
With this nearly stripped, let's go and have a look at something really, really cool. Look at this, pure 70s porn. A Datsun 260Z Samori, built by Samurai Sports Cars here in the UK in the 70s. And to be honest, it doesn't get more 70s than this. Two-tone paint, featuring metallic brown and a white pinstripe. Wolf Race slot mag wheels. Most of all, are breathed on under the bonnet. Thank you. L26 straight six engine with triple twin choke 48mm carburetors. That takes the power up from about 165 to 200 horsepower, going through a 5-speed box to the rear wheels. Now, when you're piloting this along, you are sat in the funkiest of geography teacher interiors, featuring corduroy and brown vinyl. It's not even brown vinyl, is it? It's black vinyl. It should be brown, because the paintwork's brown. Hey ho. To be honest, everything 70s, brown was the way forward. Right, have a look over this. Fill your boots, I'm going back to the workshop. To speed this up, I'm going to leave removing the suspension and the brakes to the experts, Mark and Spencer. They do it day in, day out.
Peppered and rotted. Come off, doesn't it?
Try the Rollover Jig. Sharp to find.
Fish that out.
No, it's just because it's sloshing around.
So while they're doing that, I'm going to measure up for some brackets for the rollover jig and then fabricate them. First things first, I'm not going to burn myself, so it's overalls on. Top tip, remove your safety boots before putting your overalls on. Need to modify these brackets so that they fit the car. That means that I'm going to be welding on some extensions that slide into the chassis rails and can be bolted through the bumper mounts. So here I am, measuring twice and cutting once. Need to get all this factory paint off with the grinder because you can't weld to paint. These parts are getting MIG welded together. It's quick, it's easy, it's very strong. That's them done. Time for the jig. Well deserved brew. It's been a busy day. We have achieved what we set out to achieve. The car is stripped, the interior is out, the boot, bonnet, doors, front wings, interior, suspension, wheels, subframes, everything is out of the car. It's on the spit. We can now assess it. It's going to go next door. Our body shop guys are going to have a look at it. We'll all have a discussion and we'll see which way we're going to go with it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.